morning.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our first live for the Scrapbooking Fun Summit, and thank you all. Whoops, let me.
Oh, we hear something, eh?
Yeah, I had YouTube on. Can you hear me? Yes. So welcome to our first live. Thank you so much for being here. Tracy, got to put the chat on inside so you can see all the comments. We have some technical difficulties. It's going to be a challenge. We don't have our speaker, our Q&A speaker here yet. Hopefully she will come. She's in India, and so we're not sure if she's having some technical issues or if we are having issues with the time zones, because some time zones change, as we've talked about it before, although India doesn't change their time, but the UK does, and maybe she thought it was a different time here in North America. We really don't know. So Tracy's trying to reach out, and for you who got up so early at 6 a.m., we apologize. She will be, if for some reason Shala can't make it, we will reschedule her as much as we possibly can. So we apologize, but today is the beginning of the summit. We're so excited you're here. If you haven't, there was a kickoff party yesterday. It was pre-recorded, as we mentioned, because I had an emergency I had to deal with. But everything's set to go. And Tracy can talk a little bit about Shala's card, because I am not a scrapbooker. And maybe you know her business a bit, so you can give a little bit of information about what she's doing. If you have any questions in the comments, let us know. And again, we apologize. I'm getting a very weird message. Invite your audience to connect their Facebook to Restream to show their name. Yeah, if you're on Facebook, say hi. We don't see your name unless you connect. So that's just the way Facebook works. But if you're on there, say hi. Let us know. If you have any questions about the summit as well, we can answer those. And hopefully we will have our guest here sometime during this time. If not, we will do our best to reschedule her and bring her here. Hi from Australia. It's Thursday night. I've sent an email as Donna's gift link is not correct. Showing a gift from the Ladies Summit. Okay, we will fix that. Thank you for letting us know.
I saw the email, but yeah.
We'll fix that. We tested every link as possible. There's a lot of links in this summit. So if you do find anything that's not working, Tina, thank you so much. Anyone else, let us know. With so many links and so many things, sometimes links get reset. So we will get it done as soon as possible. In fact, as soon as we get off of this, we'll fix that link for you. So yeah, Tracy, why don't you give a little bit about Shala's card and say a little bit about that?
Well, I mean, again, I have not made it myself, and I haven't even, kind of followed all the instructions or anything. But what I loved about it was just the idea of those headlights. I don't know if you've seen the picture with her, at least the upcoming, I know that all our emails to you will get released at 10 o'clock our time, okay? So you still have another 50 minutes before you really even get to see everything of the card, unless you're a
VIP.
VIP, thank you. But anyways, if you haven't, trust me, you're gonna love it. I just really love it. It's got the truck, like the pickup truck with the Christmas tree in it, and it has the headlights, okay, because it's nighttime. And so I just love that idea, and I show you with my hands as if that's the truck, and then you know how the headlights kind of just beam across the road. And then the whole idea of what she used to make the road, and I don't want to ruin it on you because you have to watch it or you have to, make it and go, what a good idea. Like it's stuff that, again, I'm a scrapbooker and I have made roads in my layouts before. And I went, oh my God, that was a smart concept what she came up with. So I don't know if you've had a chance to even see the picture of it and what's coming up.
The pictures on the sign up page and the welcome page. I would have seen it.
Well, yeah, and it has like her picture, saying that Shalini is going to, be here today, and it shows the card that she made. But yeah, I just thought it was really, really interesting, just unique. I think they come up with some very good ideas there.
Yes.
At their company, Dress My Cross. I find they're unique, and I like that. So yeah.
And they're available through. How do people find you? Remember, like from address? They have a shop.
So you can buy direct. Yes, they are in India. So of course, I'm sure that there's going to be shipping. Or basically, like I am a local store here in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. but so I can bring in her stuff, okay, for use. And then so can a lot of other stores. So, contact your local stores. If you go, yeah, we like this product and you don't carry it, they can get it, and fairly easy as well. Okay. Whether they buy direct or through a distributor, they can get it. So, yeah.
Yeah, excellent. And since Shala's not here today, it does give a chance to really talk about today and who is on today. So if you're a VIP, and I'm assuming Tina's a VIP if she's already looking at the gifts. If you're a VIP, we will fix your links. And if you're not a VIP fun bundle gives you access to all the presentations for at least a year. Some amazing bonuses from our speakers, including Shala, who has a 20% off purchase from her shop, and other things in the VIP bundle. If you're not, the videos will go out today at 10 o'clock. You're going to get an email and you will be able to watch the ones that we have today. And the first one, the Shala's one of them. And then we have Alicia, who's going to be doing a live with us tonight. So she's in Australia. So we are traveling the world. So come on a world travel with us today. She's in Australia. She's going to be doing card and layout from a sketch. Her work is very, what'd you say? It's very
Elegant, maybe, or
elegant.
very,
Yeah.
I don't know, and that's what I see her as.
Victorian was what I was trying to think. It's got a very
Okay,
kind of
okay.
elegant thing. Then we have Shala's. It's a Bah Humbug Holiday Slim card from Carrie, who's representing
Cards, Whimsy Crafts, sorry.
Whimsy Crafts. And then we have our sponsor today. Actually, we should have started with that, Tracy. Our sponsor today is Creative Fabrica. So Creative Fabrica is sponsoring this. She is, their stuff is amazing and I don't scrapbook, but I do art and other stuff. They have over 1 million different fonts that you can access, and she has some generous offers both in her freebie and other things that are coming. And then they have the offer of 10 free fonts, I think it is, in their membership if you take a look at that. But they're transforming a summer floral wreath into a festive Christmas page. So this is, I'm probably assuming it's using the Cricut machine.
Cricut.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cricut.
All of their stuff is with the Cricut. Yes.
Yeah. But it's a really great example of why we have card makers in the Scrapbooking Fun Summit, because we get asked that a lot. And we have people, it's showing how you can use what you would use to make a card and turn it into a scrapbooking page or a layout.
Yeah. And as I always say, though, maybe it's a Cricut or it's a card, but if you get that concept, you can use it on your layout. Or if you see the layout going, I don't scrapbook, use that concept, put it in your card, right? You just get the ideas, and I love it.
Yeah. And then we have mixed media tags, scrapbooking layout and cards with Nicole Jones. So she has a really cool one with that. And then finally, we have 3D layer poinsettia card with Shannon Smith, and Shannon's doing a live with us this afternoon as well. And so Shannon will be at 4 p.m. Alicia at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, Eastern. We're not standard, so he's Eastern time.
Daylight time, right?
As we mentioned in the video, for you guys from all over the world, time zones this week, we probably picked the worst possible week for time zones because North America hasn't changed, but England and Europe have changed. I know Australia changed 3 or 4 weeks ago. And so we're going to change times on the last day. So that will be a little extra thing. So you'll be getting your email at 10 an hour later.
We fall back.
Yeah, an hour later. So yes, you might see an email a little different time on Monday if your time zone is different than North America, as times are changing for that. So if you have any questions about the general summit, love to know for those who are with us live what you're looking forward to the most. If you've kind of got ones that you've said, this is the one I really want to do. It's always great feedback for us to know that too, to say, yeah, these are the ones that I want to see and these are the things that I want to do. But we don't know. We may be back in an hour with Shala, because that might be what actually happens and it was a time zone issue, which is definitely possible. We've done everything we possibly can to manage all these weird time zones we live in. But we will be back for that. We have a lot of these interactions. There's for those who are in the VIP, there's a crop on Friday or Saturday. And we're excited.
When Heather says Friday or Saturday, she means like there's one on Friday and there's one on Saturday.
Yes, yeah, it's Friday or Saturday, different time zones too.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for us generally about the summit? If there's anything that we can answer about that, let us know. And again, we apologize. We don't know why Shala's not here. I'm assuming it's either a technical issue or a time zone issue. And so we will follow up with her and hopefully bring her live maybe tomorrow. We'll figure out how we're going to do that because of the time zone change, just the time change, sorry. We'll do our best to bring her. And if you have any questions, let us know. What we would love to see is if you're doing any of the projects, paste them in the Facebook group, show them, share what you're doing. You've got a beautiful lineup today. And last time we did the summit, it was amazing how quickly you guys started to put stuff into action.
Yes.
It was impressive. It was exciting to see it. So we're looking for that. Someone had trouble finding us in Facebook. If you're having trouble and you want to look stuff on Facebook, when you go into the Facebook group, there at the top there's events and click on it. Should show up in the feed that we're live in Facebook, but you can also go to the events and click under the events and you should be able to capture it there. There are Facebook users on here, so it is broadcasting in Facebook for sure. Sometimes there's a delay with Facebook as well. Broadcasting it and doing that. So, well, it's odd to be on here without our speaker, so we don't have a lot planned to say today. We appreciate so much you guys being here. We will do our best to bring her back. This is the challenge of lives, and the challenge of lives with people from all over the world. Technology gets us sometimes, but we will do our best to bring her back at some point in time over the summit, and be able to see what she's done. Her project is really cool, and I can see how you can use her stuff in many different ways. So we will be back at
It's later for us
4 p.m.
today. Yeah.
Yes, we had Nicole Jones was going to be 1 p.m. We still have to confirm that one. She was planning to do it and may not be able to do it again. Life happens. But we have Shannon Smith at 4 p.m. and Alicia in Australia at 5 p.m. Eastern North America time. Hi, Facebook user. Yes, you are in the right place. Thank you for joining us live. As we said, our speaker hasn't joined us. We don't really know why. We've reached out to her. I'm guessing she is in India. It's either a technical issue or a time zone confusion issue, which is definitely possible at this point in time. And so for anybody who's joining us from the UK or Europe, we are not 5 hours difference right now. We are 4 hours difference for this week only. It's like this week only, the time is different across the world than anywhere else. So that's why we didn't realize this when we decided these dates, but we learned it soon after we published the date.
Admit it, we're time zone experts now, I think, you know?
Yes, we are time zone experts. So
God.
thank you. I'm Sarah from the UK and it's 1:20 there. Yeah, exactly. And that's the confusion. I had a client yesterday morning and it ended up that our meeting couldn't happen because we were overlapped with a regular scheduled meeting because the time's different for once. Like it's only for 1 week this happens. And I don't know why North America did that 5 or 10 years ago where they decided to do something different. So yes, it's confusing. But thank you so much. We will be back with whatever you need. We're excited to get your comments. You will see starting sometime today, there'll be posts in the group where you can post questions about each speaker. So that'll be in around 10 o'clock this morning. So you'll be able to, if you have a question and you look at the project, you watch the video, you'll be able to go and ask the question on their post in the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group and you have a question for someone, because lots of people don't like Facebook. So if you're not in the Facebook group and you have a question for a particular speaker, if they've done a live, you can come and post in their live. If they haven't, just email us. Respond to any of the emails. We will pass the question on or we'll post it for you. But we're happy to pass the question on to the speakers. We're here to help you through this thing. Looking forward to seeing the cards, but also getting back into scrapbooking. Fantastic. Now that my kids are grown, I have more time. I said, now that your kids are grown, you have more time and you probably have a lot of things to scrapbook, Michelle.
Yeah. No,
that's what I'm learning.
That's totally normal. Sorry there, Heather, but it's so normal. Like as a mom, you're so busy when they're younger. And then it's like all of a sudden, oh, you don't want to be around me, right, kids? But you still love them so much. And now it's time to, catch up on it all.
Yes. So welcome. Like I said, there's a lot of really good I've watched them all because I've recorded them all. And for those who haven't met me yet, we actually didn't really introduce ourselves well here because we were trying to figure out what to do. I'm the technical person behind this. I do summits. I help people do summits for a living. I'm a business coach, but I'm also a crafter. I just don't scrapbook. One day Tracy will get me to the scrapbooking end. And Tracy's the scrapbooking expert. So we make a really good team. And that's why we've teamed together to do our second summit. So we appreciate everyone being here. I'm a massive Liz Horn Craft fan. Looking forward to getting to watch some new people at the summit. Excellent.
Good. I was actually really glad to get Lisa in too.
Yeah, she's great. She's lovely.
So,
She's lovely.
yeah.
I stopped about first grade. Let's laugh. They're now in their 20s.
And it totally makes sense though, Michelle. It does.
Yeah.
You know, it's all good. It's normal.
Yes, yeah, it is normal. Where
Yeah.
life gets busy, but and Lisa is lovely. She's got beautiful presentations and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
we're really excited. We have and we brought together. Oh, there's Shala. Wait, we have our person. Almost. We're trying to get the video on. We're not sure. We have someone there, but no
He's
person.
trying.
Trying.
I know it's not like, I know she's not
there
doing
she
anything
is.
purposely, right? Like
There she
she is such a,
Okay, I'm gonna
like
bring her on,
wonderful
Tracy.
person. So yes, yay.
Hey.
Hi. Are you guys able to see me?
Yeah, we can see you, and
We're
you're live.
on. We've been
And you're
yelling for a
live.
while.
I'm live? Oh my God.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
know that. I just clicked on it like that and I didn't know what's going on. I thought I'm missing something. So I'll just go, and check what's going on.
No, whoops. Okay, that's not the right button.
Yeah, that's the wrong button. There we go.
Okay, we weren't going to try that this time. Welcome. You are live, so thank you for being here. We figured you were either having some technical issues or the time zones are all mixed up at the moment. So.
Yes. So right. I mean, I couldn't understand. I tried clicking it on, and then it didn't work for me. It kept showing me the same screen, and then I kind of retried it from another browser, and it worked. And I'm really wondering that what's happening because I can see myself twice. I'm not sure if everything is okay.
No, you're perfect.
Well, we've been talking about you and your card a bit, but
so welcome.
Okay. So are we the
welcome.
only people who are going to be live, or we have more people joining in?
Oh, there are people live now. We have have 20
you are on. Everybody's listening to you now.
Oh really? I should have put in some makeup.
It's all good.
That's okay. That's okay. So thank you. So we are live and resetting ourselves. We were just talking about the summit and the different presentations while we waited for you. So welcome.
Thank you.
Why don't you give our audience a little introduction about what you do?
Sure. So, hi guys. First of all, I'm really sorry for being that casual because I think I had lost my entire energy by the time trying it on. I was really hopeless. So I tried it for the last time and it worked out. So my face might be looking like very, right now dull because I was trying hard for last almost 15 minutes. However, I'm glad that I'm able to make it out. Before I go ahead, I really want to thank Heather and Tracy, and I also want to tell you guys that I'm a big fan of both of you. The way you manage everything, hats off to you. It's amazing. It's incredible. Absolutely. So it's a great thing to see. And I'm really happy for the audience, those who are joining in. Guys, this is a very valuable summit. I think nobody makes so much of effort getting so many teachers, so much of education all together. But I think we as an audience are very lucky to be able to witness something so valuable. Really thank you to you for that guys. And apart from that, if I talk about the project which we are doing, so I know Christmas is on the way, and sometimes when you have the occasions or when you have the special moments, you start feeling that you want something unique, you want something different, and sometimes in the hunt of finding different, we forget that sometimes the simple things would make it more special and more unique. So picking the same idea from there, we tried and made a beautiful Christmas card, for all the audience so that they can enjoy it. However, we named it as Christmas night scene card because we wanted them to experience something which is a little bit dark and a little bit snowy and having that feel of that beautiful night of Christmas. So we converted that concept into the card, and we showed the dark colors. Like, we did not play with whites this time, we did not use much of reds. We played a little bit darker so that if you give it to someone feels that, oh, it's a Christmas Eve, it's a time to cut the cake, it's a time to celebrate with the family. So that's what we tried and making this card all about. And I'm hopeful that people would be loving it because as we know, the slimline cards are very much in demand and very much in the trend as well. So we tried making a slimline card, yet making it very Christmas. So I hope people love it. And if you have any questions around it, I'm very glad to answer.
I love the concept I was telling them
Oh,
earlier about the headlight.
oh, thank you.
I do. I loved it. I went, oh my God, what a good idea. Just to,
Yeah.
and how you angled, the
Mhm.
inks and stuff. I went, that's a neat
Yeah.
idea. That's all.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, it's a beautiful card, which is fun to see that kind of thing.
Thank you so much. So,
Um,
does audience have some questions, or anybody wants to
I
ask
haven't seen
anything?
the video yet, so that's
Yeah.
the video
Oh,
gets released at noon today. So it was a little timing thing with people from different countries and all that kind of stuff.
oh
But
yeah.
so they will see the video. It is greatly done, and they've seen the pictures of it.
Let's
Was
encourage them to watch it.
we
Mm.
encourage them to
Right?
watch it, they will see it. When you, what was my question going to be? Because I watched part of it, and Tracy was mentioning how you did the road. I don't know if you want
Mm.
to chat a little bit
It
about
was
how
with a
the
punch, right?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a fox stitching punch. Yes.
Yeah. Because it was just such an interesting idea. It was,
Mm.
like, I'm like, wow, whether we have an older punch like this or yes, you can get the newer one, right?
Mm.
And it was just such an easy idea, but I was like,
Yeah.
I would have never thought of that.
So what we tried to do is we tried to kind of give that effect of the road marks. Generally, when we are driving a car on a road, we see those white paintings, so that it guides us whether to be on the left or to be on the right side of the road. So it helps you kind of locate the direction for you. So there is a particular punch called fox stitching punch. Generally, we use this punch to create that fox stitching kind of effect, or maybe to do some ribbon weaving through it. That's what we use it for. So this time, because we were playing with headlights and we were playing with the road, so we thought, why not to combine it? And honestly, it's not me who has created the card, but I have also seen it. So I also had a similar reaction, same reaction, when I spoke to my designer and we were discussing about the card, that why we need to teach this card, why people need to see only this card, not any other. Because I personally felt, that headlight thing could be used at so many different places. Maybe a baby's project, or maybe anything where we are showing a car, or maybe we are creating a scrapbook, or maybe we are trying to throw some light in someone's life. We can simply say that
Mm,
the light is enough for you, or you are the light of my life, or the light is bright today, or
yeah.
so many other examples we can
Yeah,
do.
no, that's
So
excellent.
yeah, so we tried connecting that fact of light being one of the guides in the life, as a small headlight connect and stuff. And if you see the background scene, and if you see the car moving, taking the things away, so we tried giving that feel, that okay, you feel that okay, you are in a Christmas mode totally, and you're able to enjoy it. So that's what we tried connecting. I'm glad that you were able to make out those details so clearly. That's
Oh,
really nice.
yeah. Like, caught my
But
eye, of course, and I was like, okay, because I want to know. I'm always like, what did she use? How did she do this or that, right?
well, and what was nice in what you just explained, I don't know if others in the people who are listening live or listening, when you do listen to the replay, by the way, you can put comments on, we'll be back for that,
Mm.
was you just shared kind of the design process. And I think that's really cool for people to hear when
Oh.
you're creating, but it is kind of neat when you're creating stuff that you're going to sell to more than to a mass audience,
Mm.
to
Mm.
actually hear how you're thinking through
Right,
and
right.
like how they can use the lights and why you chose that
Mm.
and doing that. I think that's it's interesting to actually say these are, so some of our, and Tracy can correct me in this, some of our speakers are like Shala, who actually create and manufacture, and I'm not sure what the right word in scrapbooking is, who produce scrapbooking and card supplies. And
Yeah,
some of them are just avid teachers of scrapbooking and card making. But when
right.
you hear from the people who make things, um,
Mm.
it's a really great way to understand, what their thoughts are, and how honestly, what I liked about what you just said, how honestly you're trying to do something that's broad and that
Mm.
lets be creative. So thank you for sharing that.
No, that's
Thank
excellent too, Heather. Because I mean, Shalini has to, they have to come up with the designs, or
you.
what will people want and what will they use? Because you're mass producing, first of all, right? So you really need to make sure that this product will sell.
That's right.
And yeah, just like Heather was saying, but not just for one one idea or one,
Mm.
one card. It's got to be used for many different things. So you give us all the ideas.
Yeah. And just to add on to the same, Tracy, I personally believe if I'm a consumer and if I'm buying a product for one simple reason, for me, it won't be worth my money. For me to be able to use one product, at least I should be knowing 10 to 15 different variations, so that I understand that even if I'm not a scrapbooker, or even if I'm not a card maker, if I'm not a mixed media artist, if I am not into craft of the kids, if I'm not into tags or something, I should be able to use it somewhere. Because I know people who are joining us, some of them will have a keen interest in card making. However, others won't have a card making, inclination at all. They will feel that I need to use it for my scrapbooks. Somebody will feel I create books only for kids. So they would know that how do I get my kids on? Why do I need a fox stitching for kids? And then, somebody's just making a tag, maybe a birthday party tags or maybe a return favors. They need to know by simply putting a small car and maybe a light effect can really generate the interest of the kids in it. So we always think from the perspective that by doing one single card, you should be able to get tons of ideas that you will be able to use the same technique, not maybe as it is, but in different ways, so that it gives you value and worth of your amount what you're spending. Because otherwise, it leads to frustration, for people. Okay, I got this product only for this card, but now I don't have enough ideas. So we
Yeah.
always try and give ideas to people so that they feel, okay, now I really need this, and this is why it is going to help me. And
Mhm.
I want people to say that, okay, I have learned what you have not taught, and actually we are trying to teach it, but
Yeah.
we want you to say that you haven't taught it in your card making, but we were able to learn it from you because we felt that this is not the only idea. We can use this in different ideas, and that's what makes us happy, because that's where we feel that we have achieved what we were looking for.
And
Hmm.
I think that's awesome. That's really,
Yeah.
that's what I think it's good for people to hear that, because you as consumers can influence the design choices too, right?
Hmm.
People are always looking for feedback and understanding of that. So yeah. So
Hmm. That's so true. That's there. And I hope people get to see this replay, so they would have more perspective, opening up for them and their expansion of creativity. I'm sure that everybody's super creative here, but
mhm.
just another one single idea in our crafters mind feels, oh, I didn't know this. Wow, what a great idea. So that one single addition of idea always makes a lot of difference to us.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions for us, for Shallows? I know you haven't seen her presentation yet, but we will have a post in Facebook, and you can circle back here to do that.
Yes.
As well, just from people who are in the summit, and you will start to see this, all of our speakers have generously offered a gift for General Summit attendees, plus another gift for the VIPs. Not
Hmm.
everyone, but there's a lot of gifts in the VIPs. But for the regular summit gift, regular summit attendees, sorry, get my words in place. Shala is offering an exclusive free virtual card class. So you
Yes.
can click on her link on her page, or on the when it goes live at 10 o'clock on the Meet the Speaker page, you can click on the link, and on November 10th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you will be able to join and register for that.
Absolutely.
So just to let you know that's there. And there is a question. Do you have, I forget how to put questions in here. We're going to show. There you go. Do you have a favorite die cut recommendation? Sorry, that doesn't, the whole
A
thing's
die
not showing.
cutting machine.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
If you have
Yep.
a favorite die cutting machine, I would appreciate a recommendation.
Sure. So is it me who has to answer this question?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, great. So I'll be a little biased here. So because I'm a manufacturer, so I'm always looking forward to offer just the best for my clients. Having said that, I have been using a die cutting machine for almost 15 years now, and I understand the pain point of the people. So for example, if you're die cutting, I mean, I would give the references that what you need to take care. Maybe it will guide you to go ahead and buy the one which is the best suited for you. For me, it is of extreme importance if I'm doing a die cutting that my die should not move. It should stay there wherever I'm keeping it. And at times it happens that when I'm keeping a number of dies, and if my paper is very short, and if I'm not able to accommodate that paper on the top of the die, so my preference is always to add another tape onto it. So it could be any tape what I do. But while doing the tape, I do the die cutting, but when I take off the tape, it becomes absolutely stuck, to my paper. And that's the moment which I don't like, because even my dye gets wrapped up with the tape. So first thing I recommend, if you buy any die cutting machine, it should give you a platform which helps you hold the die. So for the same reason, the die cutting which I'm having right now in my mind, which I will talk about later, is the one which has a magnetic platform, not just one, but two magnetic platforms. So what happens when you keep the die on the top of it, it doesn't really move. That's one point which I would like to address too. The second thing is, somehow I don't like the idea of using two plates at one point of time, because what happens is generally the two plates get spoiled because we keep flipping one plate to another plate. So what happens is, the expense which we are making while die cutting is not just for one plate, but maybe for two plates at the same time. So I would prefer a machine where I could save on my money and actually use only one plate to do the die cutting, and I can save the money on the other plate. That's second point. Third point, which is very, very important for me, as a crafter, we always start as a hobby, but we don't end up with a hobby. We always, end up either being a business, as selling or taking orders, or maybe creating a lot of stuff for our own families. So I would say, whenever you're investing in a die cutting machine, see the platform is general enough for you to able to cut maximum of the dies. I'm not saying all the dies, because there would be a couple of dies which you will not be able to cut in a platform which is like a 6 inches by 9 inches or 6 inches by 8.5 inches. But having said that, 6 inches by 8.5 inches is a very good size for all of you guys, because in this case you are able to accommodate a number of dies all together on one platform, and just by one rolling you can get many die cuts all together. So that's my third point, which I would say. However, apart from that, the die cutting machine has to sturdy, going without saying, because whenever you're rolling, it should not be a case that your die cutting machine is moving, on the floor. So it should have some anti-slippery pad. I think these are very small and very basic points. But when we have bought the machine, we realize that, oh, this doesn't have this. Oh, it doesn't have this. So if we know that what goes wrong, then we are able to judge a die cutting machine a little better. So when I said all these points are already very well taken care of in Dress My Craft Easy Cuts Pro machine, which is a big machine. We offer a magnetic platform, and we also offer a magnetic plate along with it. And we do not offer two cutting plates with it. We offer only one cutting plate with it. So that means even if your plate goes wrong, you just have to change one, not two. So you can just buy one single plate, and you don't have to replace like two plates altogether. You can completely save your amount by buying just one. It might sound like a marketing to a lot of you people. Honestly, as I said in the starting, I would be a little biased, because I would be talking from the perspective of a crafter, that what problems generally comes when you're going to use a die cutting machine. So for me, as of now, I highly recommend using an Easy Cuts Pro machine. But if it is not available, you may request your nearby people, and they can certainly get it for you. And if you want to see any kind of demonstration or stuff like that, then it will be available on Dress My Craft social media, which Heather and Tracy would be happy to share with you guys. With all due respect and permission, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to talk about it or not.
No, that's as
You're
somebody just
answering.
put, that's a great explanation, right?
You're
Because
answering, and then people like myself, okay, I wrote that down, because even though, sometimes we look at different machines, you said a few specs that I'm like, whoa, that's, I didn't know this or that. So, it opens our eyes, or our ears and everything. And
Yeah.
yeah, so then I'm sorry, just because here it says Facebook user. So I don't know your name there, dear, but you can ask your stores for this machine
Yes,
too,
absolutely.
right? Yeah.
And you have
I'll
our
check
back.
it out.
In case if you have any problem, you have our back at all point of time.
Mhm.
that was a great explanation, because even if
Yeah.
they don't particularly buy your machine, they know what to look for when
Yes.
they're doing it. So we have a question from Shannon Lee, who I believe is one of our speakers, is where are you from?
Oh, I'm from India. I'm sure this, I don't have to explain much. If I show this henna, this will explain that I'm from India.
Which part of India are you from?
I'm from New Delhi. And,
Yeah.
and just because we just started and we are all lovely ladies here, maximum, with due respect to all the men's, but we are mostly ladies here. So, we have a ritual which was just yesterday. So, we complete with this henna. And so that's why I'm wearing it. So this is not deliberately for a purpose. It was done yesterday, and it takes a couple of days to goes off. So that's why I'm wearing it. So it was a ritual yesterday. That's why I have it in my hands.
That's
Oh, well, someone
nice.
says that's beautiful on your hand.
Yeah.
So there you go. And the Facebook user who asked the question said, thank you very much for the answer to the question.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad that.
doing that. Um, when you, what, I have a question for you generally that's I think people find interesting as they get to know, because it's good to know why and how you got into this. So how did you get into the business of making card making and scrapbooking supplies and things like that?
Okay, so I got married in 2004 and I had my first baby in 2006. So, until 2006, I was really kind of enjoying my life, having the best time of my life in terms of, going out, having dinners and stuff like that. And then when my child was delivered in 2006, so before that, 9 months were really hard for me because I had a difficult pregnancy with him. In fact, when he was born, he was just 1.8 kg. So I had really had to struggle hard to really get him to that stage so it becomes a normal child. And I don't know how to, I stayed LBS, but he was pretty much, weak than any child could be. And I had to really struggle very hard with him at that point of time. So it was very difficult period for me initially. Once he got a little better after 6 months, then he again got very sick and very severely sick. That it was almost the question of his life at that moment. So I really had a difficult time, with my child initially. And then maybe, after 2 years, it kind of got a little settled for me, things started working for me. And I decided that I want to do something which kind of gives me a little pleasure. So I started looking for something that what can I learn and what can I do. So I saw that there is something called quilling, though it's not there much on Google. Nothing much was there in way back 2007 or 7 to 8 in between. So I started looking for it. It fascinated me because I thought, oh, what a small strip, and then you can make so many things out of it. And I started looking for it. And when I saw it, I really found it fascinating, and I started working on it. And I bought a lot of tools around it, and I started quilling. But when I saw that quilling is getting combined with punch craft, it blown away my mind because I saw, oh my god, how can a small machine like this can cut paper so efficiently, so quickly? If I had to cut a flower, I had to take a scissor and I had to draw with pencil and then I had to go inside out, inside out, inside out, inside out, and then that I could make a flower. But it was insane putting a paper into the machine and just punching it up and you get the punch. Wow. So I liked it. And then I started looking for manufacturers here in India. Unfortunately, the luck was not great for me, so I couldn't really find too many manufacturers here in India. So I started looking for something abroad, but I don't know how come looking for a punch led to me to the website of Crafters Companion.
Yeah.
So all credit goes to my Crafters Companion website, and I saw that beautiful purple box, which looked like the suitcase to me. I wanted that purple suitcase for myself because it was very fascinating. So I decided that I'm gonna get this suitcase, no matter whether the clothes goes inside or not, but I'm gonna get that suitcase for myself. And when I got that Ultimate Crafters Companion Pro, I don't know how many have it, but I still treasure it because I still own it. And I bought that one in 2008 for myself. And when I got it, one of my friends, she came to my place and she wanted to buy it. Let me tell you one thing, it's very easy and it's very common in US to use a credit card or a debit card. But in India, using plastic money is still a taboo. It's not really too much here. We still don't rely on the credit cards too much as compared to any other country. So for me to get that suitcase, in 2008, had to use a credit card. And the insane part was I was not allowed to swipe the credit card anywhere. I had to go on the phone call and give my credit card details. It was scary that I'm going to give my credit card details to someone. The person could steal my details and stuff like that. So I took someone's help who was in London at that time and I asked him if I can do that. He said, it's very normal. You are from India. That's why you're wondering. But it doesn't really matter. You can go ahead and do the credit card details. I said, okay, I trust you. And I gave my details and I got the first one. And when somebody showed interest in that thing, now I started worrying that if I give it to her, my suitcase, how would I get mine back? If I get a new one for her, the person will ask for credit card details again. What should I do? So I tried it another time and I actually booked it through Crafters Companion again and again got my product. I made a little amount of money on the top of it and I was very happy. I thought, wow, this is a business. I can sell and I can make money. This is wonderful. So I think that fascination of selling something different, which nobody had in entire India, was really a motivation for me. So my crafters companion journey started. My craft journey started from crafters companion, and I got one, I got two, and I didn't know then when I reached to 50s and 70s of those ultimate pro. And then I started looking for things. I know, I still remember the first import I did was from, not from any website directly, it was from eBay.
Mm.
I was buying from eBay and selling in India. I was buying from eBay and selling in India until I was cheated for about $3,000.
Mm.
Because somebody actually took that money and I was
Yeah.
cheated, and there I lost my, I'd lost my interest for a while. And then I decided that I'm not gonna order anything from eBay, and I could not recover that money anyhow. I
Hmm.
had ordered some spellbinders, dyes and then stuff like that, and I couldn't get it. So I decided, okay, this is a cheating business, nobody does it, and I will not do it. I've lost all my money, whatever I earned, and blah blah. But then I thought, maybe I'm doing something wrong. I need to find out the right source. Then I understood eBay is just the common website was selling the product. I need to go to the manufacturer. So I started, connecting with Sizzix and Spellbinders directly. And I think from there, there's no looking back. I got in touch with them, became their exclusive distributors in India, started working with Plaid, started working with Sizzix, working with Spellbinders. And I remember Tim Holtz was my ideal and still my ideal today. I still have my picture with him on Facebook.
Yeah.
Whether it's 12 years old, I don't care. Whether I look good or not, I don't care. I'm still there with him. So I remember my first CHA was in 2013. When I went to CHA, I was like, my God, this is heaven. I'm jealous of you guys. You are in heaven. You are living in such a beautiful world. We don't have anything like that. And I decided that I will create something similar, for my people. And I started, get into the product, started getting all brands. I didn't come to know when I reached 400 brands. I didn't come to know when I reached like a 16,000 products in the whole itinerary. And after working for so long years for so many brands, I thought there is some gap. I need to, fix that gap up. There was something my people were not able to get it. Or maybe I was paying very high amount because I was getting it from US and supplying it here in India. The pricing were really very high. So I thought there's some gap I need to fix. And I remember that was a time in 2016 when I decided I'll be at CHA, but not at the other side of the table, maybe this side of the table. And that's how I had my first exhibition as an exhibitor in 2018 as Dress My Craft. So it was born in 2016 with a good experience of about 8 years working with so many brands. And I managed to have my own brand, worked hard. 2018 was first exhibition. It was okay, not great. 2019 was better, not that good. 2020, it was a blast. It was a blast. We were all over the media. We were all over the YouTube. We were all over these scrapbooking sites, and we were all over things. Unfortunately, March 2020 was a lockdown,
Hmm.
and yeah, since then, yeah, we are absolutely maintaining it. But I couldn't meet my people. But I'm glad that we were back in Namta in 2023 again, and we were at show in Ohio, and so there's no looking back. Long story short, so that's how I got into scrapbooking. I know I can talk more and more about it because this is my favorite topic. So I can go on, but I'm not sure if audience would be really interested in knowing beyond than that. But that's how I started.
Excellent. What are what's some of the top selling products for you?
Okay, so when I say dress my craft,
Hmm.
I did not realize it until last year. Until last year, I was thinking that okay, this sells well, this sells well, this sells well. But when I actually got into some classes, my teacher said once, you need to find out your hot selling product. And I said, I don't know how to do that. I really had no idea because everything was selling well for me. I didn't know. Then he gave me a formula and he opened my eyes in 2022. And I realized the product which sells without any effort is the craft tools. The product which sells without any effort is the dyes. I didn't know why. Then I digged into it and I find out. Then I understood, okay, you know, as a paper crafter, what you're looking for is the basic thing should be right for you. They wanted a perfect scoreboard. They wanted a perfect trimmer. They wanted a perfect thing where they could do their measurements without going wrong. They never knew fancy. They never needed more fancy papers because they had enough. They never knew fancy embellishments because they had enough. I was thinking I was fixing up their problem of giving them fancy, But I realized later on, with the engineering of the products we had done on Dress My Craft, they were more interested in first getting their perfect tool, so that if they cut 1.5 inches, it is 1.5 inches. When they cut 3-4 inches, it's 3/4 inches. It's not 3/4 by 8, or it's not 3/4 by 6, or it's not something else.
Mhm.
They wanted a perfect measurement for themselves. And same was the reason for the dyes. I didn't realize that the basic dyes were their favorite, because they did not want fancy dyes. They wanted the basic dyes, which were they missing. So they wanted more of circles, more of squares, more of rectangles. And we didn't know that we had a great range of all the basic supplies. So I realized, instead of offering very fancy stuff, I think a crafter always needs a basic stuff first. And
Mhm.
that was my power of understanding that simple always gives you the best results.
Yeah.
So that's the reason, we started working on things which could make my crafters life easy, instead of making it more fancy, because they all know how to become fancy. There are hundreds of products available, to make their life fancy. But I wanted to fix the pain area of their basics, where if they fold a paper, they don't get a shine. So we offered them an Argo bone folder. And I'm sure people sitting out here, if I say Argo bone folder, they'll all raise their hands and say, okay, that's my favorite too. That's my favorite too. I'm sure we have a great, fan following of Argo bone folders. So I'm sure, the basic supplies are the best sellers for us. So it's dyes and the paper craft tools. I would sum it up.
Okay. Yeah. No, I can see that. Like you said. I mean, because you use what, three dies in that one, at least three dies in the one card, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you've got your, I'm just trying to think, you've got the truck, maybe even four. You got the truck, the trees,
So the truck and the
and
trees
then
is one set of dyes,
okay, yeah.
and yeah, that's one set of dyes. So actually, we can tell people to use more dyes also or less dyes, but our focus is not. Our focus is, even if you don't have that particular dye, you can still create your own. Even if you don't have a truck, you can create your own truck, maybe by using a template or by doing a hand cutting or maybe doing anything. We try to give ideas to people. We don't want them to get bound by number of products. I want them to get more creative with us. We are using the product because we have to show them how their life can be easy by using the product. But the whole idea is how to become more creative.
Okay. No, I'm just reading a couple comments. Sorry, Heather's not ignoring us. She's got to get everything started for 10 o'clock. Okay.
She's here too. I'm reading the comments too.
Yeah. No, no, you just, I know you do. We don't want everybody saying we didn't get the stuff.
Oh, that's all ready. All the automatic stuff is ready. We're good on that.
Okay. um,
There's a question. What are your most common inspirations for your creations?
Okay, so I think we try and focus, when it comes to inspirations, we try and focus on our daily life. So we see that what is your, most demanded product or demanded thing. So I know when it is Christmas, so we try and find out, your idea is in simple Christmas treats. We always pick it up, from a very simple, okay, for example, this current creation. What we did is, we thought of what you do in Christmas, how you travel in Christmas, how you celebrate Christmas. So we tried and dig out in your personal life. So whenever we create a inspiration, we always try and find inspirations from a normal and a simple life. We don't go for too much of fancy stuff. As I've been telling you in all my examples, we always try and find out something which is appealing to you, to your customers, and to your loved ones.
mhm. Okay. I like this. I'm just reading a couple comments. 12 years ago, when my two daughters didn't need their mom so much, I wanted to find myself a hobby. Little did I know where I'd be now, a whole spare bedroom full of crafty goodness.
We are
I'm with
all
you,
we are all
Sarah.
in the same boat. We are all in the same boat.
And then Shannon also says, I love Dress My Craft flower dyes.
Thank you so much.
So
Thank you.
obviously she's tried your product, which is excellent.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
amazing.
oh, here's a question. And some of this, we ladies, we can contact you ladies together after. Do you have a design team? Are you accepting applications?
Yes, so as I said, this COVID really shaked up everything. I
Mhm.
remember we had the very strongest design team, which had 22 members. But for last, I think 2 years, we are trying to fix everything. In a way, we're revamping our business because COVID gave us time to rethink and rethought about a lot of things. So we will soon start our applications for Dress My Craft. But just in case you don't want to miss it, make sure that you follow us on our Facebook and our Instagram. we will be posting it over there. And we love to have design teams for sure.
There you go. And Shannon's going to be doing one of the presentations later on today.
Oh, perfect.
Her video and your video, everybody's videos today are getting released in 3 minutes.
Yay! So we are excited.
Yeah, sorry.
That's why Tracy's going, is Heather doing her stuff? But it should all automatically get released.
It's all,
in 3
yeah,
minutes.
but no, I know here, you know.
On the
You're
behalf of
ready
all
there.
the audience, Heather and Tracy, on the behalf of all the audience and all the vendors and all the organizers, all the teachers, all the presenters, a big thank you to both of you amazing ladies.
No,
A big thank
yes, to you as well.
No, guys, you guys have done a great job. It's not easy to get people under one roof. It's not easy to get people so sorted. You guys are amazing. I don't know how many months, how many weeks you put, to gather everything. You guys are amazing. You never miss a chance to not answer to our emails. You guys are superb. Hats off to you.
Thank you. And I am looking at the system and it says it's sending. So keep an eye on your email. The emails are going out. There are, I don't know, 8,000-9,000 people registered, so or more.
Wow.
So go out to them all.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
The system has to go and do it and put them all out. But you should have an email shortly that will give you access to Shala's really beautiful video and everyone else. Shannon's as well, and other ones that are coming out. So there's 6 great videos today. So they should be on the way to your inbox. And the summit is live.
Yeah, so everybody get
exciting.
your trimmers and your paper and everything ready, right?
Your crafty goodness out of your almiras, out of your cupboards is on the table now.
Exactly. Be inspired. And that's the cool part about it. Whether as I said earlier, I'm not a scrapbooker, but it still inspires me. To the last summit, I went out and I had been wanting to learn watercolors, and I went out and bought my watercolor paints, and now I start doing watercolor painting because I hadn't done it. So yeah, it inspires me to be creative and get to my creativeness, which isn't necessarily scrapbooking. It's more in the painting and the drawing and doing that.
It doesn't matter
yeah,
what it is,
doesn't-
just,
No,
like you said, get it out of
doesn't.
you,
You're
let
right.
do something, allow yourself to relax, right?
Yes, this is you can't see me because I'm really small. Those are my pumpkins.
Wow.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, these types of things you can cross. It's still paper. I'm trying to figure out how I get us back
We'll
to a
get
display.
Heather to do a watercoloring class for everybody.
Oh,
right?
There's my pumpkins. I was playing with pumpkins.
This is
That would be a cool card,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
That's
amazing.
what
And
you
in
cross
fact,
with.
sure.
The color combinations are superb. They're so bright. Generally, you see like a yellow and a black, but you have such beautiful colors.
I was just playing different colors, playing with my watercolors. Actually, I just bought new brushes. So here for all of us, when you have a new tool, you buy something new, you start to play. And I was playing with my new brushes, and that's why they're all different colors.
That's a good point, though, right? Because you buy something new like that, and then you get inspired, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
And
interesting.
But I had been putting off.
And I think we scrapbookers buy first and then create.
No,
we are
as
tempted.
scrapbookers, we base our life on, like you said, we buy first. We buy that paper or whatever, and then we go, now we have to do something to go with that paper. So then we plan our life around it, okay?
So my husband always says, you guys are crazy. You buy petrol first and then the car.
Yeah.
So he always says this. But I think that's how
that's what I love about communities of crafters, right? There's just an energy that's so fun about creative and doing that stuff.
Absolutely.
So we're excited to see, and what we've said, if you make Shala's card, if you do these cards, put them out there, let us know. If you're using any of the techniques, let us know and do that, because share it in the Facebook group. If you're in the Facebook group, there is a lot of people do this stuff so fast. It's fascinating. Right? They create and do that and be inspired. And you might not have some of the stuff, but how do you use her road technique, or what do you do differently?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely share that in the group and let us know if you have any questions, if anything isn't working, let us know that too. We do as best to answer all the questions. Tracy's kind of if you do send an email, Tracy, they're all going through Tracy initially, so she will get back to you as quick as she possibly can. And remember, now that you can go on live, because it's out there, they're still sending, so it's still working because there's a lot to send. There'll be a link in the email. There's also a link on the welcome page. You'll click on that. You can go watch the videos of today. You can go watch this beautiful video, and on the page you have the ability to sign up to the free class that she's offering. Yes. So that's on November 10th. You sign a card making class, so you can sign up for that. And if you're a VIP, We have a generous offer of 20% off your purchase. So if you're a VIP, you can have that, and you can go and shop on her store and see all the amazing things that she has. And
we love her anyway, even though she leaves us right now.
You might be able to still hear us, but she's disappeared on the camera. She's disappeared completely. So we're good. I have a few bunch of what I call good intentions. I see something crafty and buy it. Has to go. Lots of us are still sitting waiting for me to do them. Yep. Like all of us. We were joking. I was at my cousin's last night, and we're a bunch of crafters, and we all said the same. We are telling them about this, and we all said the same thing. She's got boxes of things that she took off, but did that. I have boxes of embroidery thread and other things that I used to do a long time ago. So yes, we did lose her, unfortunately. Oh no, she's back.
Oh,
hold on.
Oh,
gotta bring her back.
There we go. A little goodbye here.
Sorry, technology. It's really playing hard on me today.
It's okay. We have to wrap up anyways, but we really appreciate all of that you shared. And like I said, check out her video, sign up for her class. Will there be a replay for that class, or is it something that they have to attend live?
No, so I think they can watch a replay as well. We will try to keep it, at least for a month's time, because if they want to download it, they can download it. Because what happens is, like in the drive, you have so many other videos, but we make sure that it's there for a month's time so that they don't have to worry about really watching it. I know they have so many other classes to watch. Sometimes it becomes too overwhelming, and we don't want anybody to rush. But it's great if you watch it now, because you have that fresh feel. A recording is a recording, then you sometimes forget and you don't watch it. But for genuine reasons, we are going to keep it for at least 30 days, so that you can just watch it as per your own convenience. You don't have to worry about it.
Excellent. And if you're a VIP, go off and shop in her shop, see what's there, see what you like. Take advantage of, for those who are VIPs or those who are considering to be VIPs, take advantage of the offers. There's some really great offers. There's over $1,000 worth of generous gifts that our speakers have donated, and some of our sponsors. You don't want them all. We never do. Let's be honest. We never want all of them, but there's always one or two that you pick in there that are really worth it. So I encourage you to go look at them, click on the links, and see what you have. Some of the gifts are time sensitive if you're a VIP. There are some that are only available during the summit, so make sure you check that out as well. And do that. So thank you so much for joining us live. I'm glad it finally worked. We were about to sign off when you came on, so thank you for doing that. We have more lives today, and we have lots of lives for the next 4 days for you guys to come on, ask questions of our speakers, learn their techniques, ask anything you want. And we're going to be here for that, and we really appreciate it. Heading to your shop right after this. There you go.
Yeah,
somebody heading right to your shop after this.
Thank you so much, guys. And I'm really sorry about the technology glitch what we had today. It was really hard on me. But I gave it my last shot. After waiting for 15 minutes, I thought maybe it will work now. And I'm glad that we could make it. Nevertheless, we are together. Thank you once again for the opportunity, and hope the audience loved the card. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you all, and we will see you later today. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.